Wow, everyone, you will never believe where we are. This is the border of Jaffna and the rest of Sri Lanka. It's called Elephant Pass. This is basically the bottleneck where the war got fought, and now that the war has been over, we have a monument to celebrate bringing Sri Lanka into one. Alright, our first stop is Fox Jaffna for lunch. Ooh. So now it's a beautiful colonial style hotel and restaurant, but this actually used to be the bank of the LTTE. Hello. Hi, Ban.
I like the combination, like it's very like traditional colonial style in combination with the modern maybe British, I don't know, or Sri Lankan art. Yes, very nice combination.
So it's like an original piece of art by Sri Lankan artist called George P.
Oh wow. And there's a whole exhibition here.
There are more arts inside the one that you can have a look.
Wow. So this is a really beautiful property. I've never seen these black, I don't know.
Leaves.
Yeah, I guess that it's the combination of like modern and nature. Yeah. Alright, so one of the very first things I noticed when I got here, this is one of the first buildings I've seen in Jaffna, but it's the construction, the quality of the contractors. I think it was because after the war, there was just not that much choice of quality contractors, so they kind of just had to settle for whoever was local, or during the war even. So you see how beautiful this old kind of architecture is, and the white walls and everything. For whatever reason, they decided when they built this addition to not even try to replicate it. So instead of the white with the kind of brick tiles, they decided to just use this I don't know, completely different type of material. It like doesn't match the architecture at all. And the funniest thing is in the bathrooms, both on the women's and the men's side, there's a toilet but no sink. To use the sink, you have to walk back into that building to wash your hands. And when we asked why that is, they just said it was a crappy contractor who just didn't know what he was doing. Like, he just didn't build it right. And I think this might be a trend in Jaffna, is seeing kind of the old and the new. But let's check out the rest of the city before I make any kind of final thoughts. But really, it's so strange. Why didn't they just copy this beautiful architecture? They already had it as a base. They could have literally just said, make the same thing but on the other side for the new rooms. All right, I'm excited. So this is rice and curry, but Jaffna style.
All Jaffna style and the curry style.
Nice.
I never tried to eat.
Oh, it's different. Drumstick.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, what is this?
That's mutton.
Mutton, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Christina was mentioning that the dal here is so much creamier than in the rest of the country. I wonder if that's a Jaffna thing. Christina, what is that?
It's crab. Oh my god.
This is the crab curry of Jaffna that we came all the way here. We drove like 5 hours to eat.
Famous Jaffna style
Wow.
crab. Beautiful.
Hey, brother. Thank you.
Look at that. This crab is like, it's very, very peppery. But you see that? It just broke right in half.
Yeah.
It's so easy to eat. But very, very spicy. But very good. Luckily, we are Sri Lankan now. We're used to eating spice. All right, so the consensus is Jaffna food is definitely more spicy. We have 2 locals with us, and we have the manager. They all said Jaffna food for sure. you like spicy food?
Yeah.
And this is spicy?
Yeah, that's good.
And even like you can see it by the colors. The color is more brown.
Yeah.
Because it, like more spices, more curry.
Wow.
Yeah. So like another like local places which we tried before, they have more orange color.
Yeah.
Because of
But what's nice is their dal is more creamy and more light to kind of break up that spiciness. And I'm assuming it's more coconut milk or whatever it is. It's like a cooling effect. So you have the really spicy crab curry and the mutton curry and all the other curries. And then you have the dal that kind of like lightens it up and smooths the palate again.
This is Reggie.
Mr. Chef Reggie, this crab was
Yeah.
so good. It was amazing.
Thank you.
And all these guys who have eaten at Ministry of Crab, they said yours is much better. You can't say it, huh? It has to compare against Ministry of Crab.
Pardon?
Can you say it?
I would never do that.
so it's a history museum.
Yeah, welcome to the vaults.
You can see old Jaffna.
So this is the horses of Delft Island,
Yes.
which were left behind by the Dutch.
Yes.
Now they were wild. And what are these?
That's the old style.
Traditional, yeah.
What were they made for?
These are traditionally iron what they use coconut shells
Oh, wow.
to heat. So they burn the coconut shell and the charcoal they put
Nice.
into this and then they start ironing.
Okay. All right. So vault number 2. Da, 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 da. Watch your head.
To art gallery.
Okay.
It's really beautiful.
So the other one was the history gallery. This
So
one's
this-
actual art. Wow.
Yeah, like Sri Lankan art. Oh, very beautiful. It's very beautiful.
Yeah. So all this is by George Kiththi, who I'm assuming is a Sri Lankan artist. I do like that they show the original wall behind us. So this house is
owned by our chairman of this company.
okay.
So his father and mother, their house. This is their house.
Oh, it's a family home.
Yeah, it's family
Nice.
home. After that, this was occupied by LTT. So they were occupying this.
Oh, so they took it over.
Yeah, they took over this house and
Wow.
they were here. After that, this was captured by Indian Army.
Okay.
Then at last, it was under the custody of Sri Lankan Army.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did it become a bank vault? Or bank?
Sorry?
It became a bank or a vault? Or no?
Is it, first they were a bank and then?
No, there was no bank.
There was
The
no-
There was never a bank.
Bunker.
Bunker.
It's
only the
Oh, it was a
bunker.
bunker.
Yeah.
It wasn't a
Yeah,
bank.
it
No, no,
No,
no.
no, no. This,
This
was
is
never
why this one.
been
Oh, that's why the tunnels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who built the tunnels?
Channels, actually, there's no any clear idea who built this, but there are some rumors that these tunnels were connected with some other tunnels. But now,
Inside like that.
Oh,
And then all those cross streets, they have different stuff.
Okay. So this is the suite area. It's just interesting to see the tuk-tuks in the middle of the street.
Yeah, quite unusual
Yeah.
compared to southern part.
I guess it's so wide that they have room for it.
Yeah, that might be the case.
Saris in bright saris.
Uh-huh.
Bright saris.
Not modern deer, that's more like a traditional dress. It's kurta. That one, that's the traditional dress. Yeah.
morning we are driving across the bridge to what island?
The island with two ancient Buddhist and Hindu temples. What's the name of the island?
Nainativu. We call it in Sinhala Nagadeepa.
Very, very difficult name, sorry.
Nagadeepa. And
I'm not even trying to say it. Nagadeepa. It's on the screen. So here we are on our way to the boats. Alright, so we've driven as far as we can and we're gonna hop on a ferry. There are public ferries that run every hour or so, but we're actually gonna go in on a Navy boat to get transferred there. This is our first Jaffna doggy. How you doing, buddy? Oh, so friendly. So friendly. How are you, buddy? So I think this is the normal ferry that goes there. But I think we might be going on a battleship. Big thank you to Sri Lanka Tourism for setting this up, because we don't mind going on public ferry, but how cool is it to go on the military Navy boat? This is really awesome.
Sri Lankan Navy, they are giving us an exclusive tour.
Awesome. First time on a Navy ship?
Yes, interesting experience.
Let me see what it says on the back. Sri Lankan Navy, how cool is that? So, we are officially seamen for the day. Seawoman. Sailing on the Navy ship. A little change from yacht life, but equally as cool, I think.
So many small fishes.
Already, yeah. Really clear water as well. Goodbye to Jaffna mainland. Going to the islands. What do you think is under this?
Oh my gosh, it's weapon. Oh.
I don't know if you can see it.
Toy.
I don't know if you can see it, but it's definitely a gun. You can tell. How was that?
It was wonderful. So great. All many guys in their uniforms.
Felt so safe. It's cool to see the protection of the Sri Lankan military, especially the Navy, and how welcoming and warm everybody is. But I'm very excited to see these temples here. It's supposed to be really, really famous and a must-see if you go to Jaffna, but maybe even just Sri Lanka in general. Wow, look how cool these snakes are. I've only seen these in Jaffna. I haven't seen these anywhere else yet. All right, so we have made it to Nagadeepa Temple, and this place is so holy because this is somewhere that Lord Buddha actually came to visit during his second visit here to Sri Lanka. A lot of us forget that Buddha was actually a real person. You know, he's not just a mythical god. He was actually a person who came here to settle a dispute between two brothers who were fighting a war, and he came and settled it and brought peace. So this is why this place is so, you know, sacred and holy. So let's take a look. So I found out that the reason why there's so many snakes This place's name, Nagadeepa, literally means snake temple. And this is the commander who helped arrange the transfer. Thank you so much.
So I was right. Johnny told me that I was mistaken, but it was built 5,000 years.
Wow.
5,000 years.
Really?
Yeah, because like that period of time, like Lord Buddha came to the island, yeah, and it was actually the time when Buddhism came to Sri Lanka. So yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So we speak to the
Oh, nice.
leading priest, holy monk, and then we go to the temple.
Okay. Okay. What's the words?
Shall I ask her to say one more time?
No, I heard it. Okay. Najee. Sticky.
වන්දාමි කේතියන් සබ්බං සබ්බතානේ සුගතිසිතං ශාරීරික ධාතු මහාබෝධි බුද්ධ රූපං සකලං සදාං.
So we are inside. You can see how the sculptures and the statues are actually made. And these are unfinished. They're really, really beautiful. And even just the materials they use to piece it all together. But it's really interesting that there is such a mix. And this is hello. We're inside the Buddhist temple, but here is Ganesh. Right next to Buddha peacefully. The photos from so long ago. In this room, this looks completely different than the Buddhism that I've grown up with in places like Taiwan and the rest of Asia.
Pataragama. Yeah, all worship in Sri Lanka.
Yeah, it's so interesting that you're making it.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, it's really beautiful work.
But
It's
why
Sri Lankan Navy.
why Hindu goats on the territory of Buddhist temple?
I'll say India.
Like why Hindu goats on the territory of Buddhist temple?
Because during the period that for the Buddhist culture, it blended with, we had an influence from the Hinduism as well. So while praying for Buddha, also we have Hindu kovils, we are praying for
At the same time, so
gods
people
as well.
who come to Buddhist temples, they also pray for Buddha.
Well,
The same person, each person comes first praying for Buddha. And
that's
then,
right.
Wow.
That's right. Yeah.
That's so interesting.
It's not like it's not the Buddhist philosophy, like I said. It's the Buddhist culture.
Yeah.
මේක අවුරුදු 40 89ක් විතර බලන්න මේ building.
Oh, this building itself, over 89 years old.
89?
Yeah.
Okay.
මේක තිබු විතර. කරලා අයින් කරලා අලින් හදන්න.
Okay. මේ statue තිබෙන්නේ මෙතනද?
ඔව්. මේ කියන්නේ මේ මෙතන තිබ්බේවා ගලවලා මේ සවුත් ඊලන්ත තිබ්බේ. අර ලුණු වලට
මේ statue පරණ ඒවා.
මේක පරණ ඒවා. මෙතන තිබ්බා හොඳම සවුත් ඊලන්ත. ඒක කඩලා අයින් කරා. ඒකලා අලුතෙන් හැදුවේ මේක. මේ මෙතන තිබ්බ එක
Okay. So this statue was originally was here. So he was replacing it here. And මේක ඔය හැදුවා අලුතෙන්. So he was creating this on his own.
How long does it take to create?
ඒක කාලේ ගියාද?
මේකට දවස් 45ක්.
බයි. අද ලස්සනයි.
How long?
45 days. Just
45 days. That's very fast. You're talented.
ඒක slow වෙන්නේ ඊට වැඩි
45 days. I would have thought this took years to make. And just by one man. That's incredible. Jui, Stuti, for all your great work. Very, very good. Very talented. So it looks like it's made from copper, and they used like a little chisel to write with. So I don't know if it was before they had paper or they wanted to keep it to last forever. But it's like, imagine trying to write a script this long using on copper. It's incredible, or bronze, or whatever this is. So what is super interesting about the stupa, and stupas in general, I didn't learn it until now, is inside all stupas is buried something very valuable, and that's why they build a stupa around it with no entrance, so you can't go in and people can't steal it or they can't manipulate it, but it's there forever. And inside here is the throne that the two brothers were fighting a war for. And when Buddha came to settle the argument, they offered the throne to Lord Buddha and said, you take it, you take power and control. And Lord Buddha said, I don't need it. Let's cover the throne in a stupa, and that way nobody has the power, and we can all live united and in harmony. And I really love this story. So imagine inside here is the king's throne that Lord Buddha enclosed in this stupa.
So what is interesting, so inside this temple we can see how people were like clothing at that ancient period of time. And what I noticed is that actually women, they wear very open clothing, like almost with sleeves on top and some skirts, long skirts below. So like actually before coming like Portuguese, Dutch people and British people, many local people were wearing, like women, wearing very open clothing, like just clothing the most important type, type of the part of the body. But when colonial people came, they told no, like you need to be, it's not nice, like you need to cover your body. So now they left and came again. So new foreigners coming in very open clothing, but local people still continue putting on more and more clothing on themselves. Just after this invention, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And now they tell to the foreigners, no, it's not nice.
So I didn't realize this, but these paintings all tell a story, and they're numbered. So 1, 2, 3, and it keeps going to 12 or 13. And they tell the story of the king who married off his daughter. And as a dower, as a gift, he gave this golden throne. Unfortunately, the daughter died very young. And the king that gave the throne was so sad he wanted it back. But the other king, the one who married the daughter, he was also in grief. And he said, no, this is my memory of my wife. I don't want to give it back. So that's how the war started. And they were gonna fight a terrible battle, but Lord Buddha saw this and he decided to come intervene. And these two kings were so happy that Lord Buddha came. They offered him the throne. But Buddha said, no, let's put it into a stupa instead. And he taught his ways, which supposedly all the many other gods came to listen and witness as well as both sides. So every time I go into these temples, especially, like I don't see them in Buddhist temples very much, but especially in Hindu temples, I always wonder what the art is on the wall. But it was so nice that Cham explained us the story, and he was able to kind of enlighten me about what is actually happening. And it's so nice that you can actually see and hear the whole story about why this temple is here and why people come to worship it.
YouTube කියලා තමයි මාධ්‍යයක් තියෙනවානේ. මේකේ ලංකාව ගැන travel video දානවා. ඊට පස්සේ අපි මේ යාපනයේ promote කරන්න අපේ island එක promote කරන්න අපේ ආගම promote කරන්න. බලන්න යාපනයට වැඩි ලංකාවට එන්න encourage කරන්න තියෙනවා.
Ayvayan, Smriti and Asanaji for having us spend time.
ගොඩක් ස්තුති බලන්න දුන්නට කියලා මම පන්සල.
හඳින් වැඩි කරගෙන යන්න කියලා. එන්නේ නැහැ නේ
හඳුනන්නේ ඔව්.
ඒක අර දැනුවත් කිරීමක්.
Yeah. What's the holy monk saying that there is not enough information given about Jaffna and these areas to promote for the tourists.
Yes.
So just he's asking from you to just do a good job to make sure tourists come into Sri Lanka and this area specifically.
We really want to show the entire Sri Lanka, all the different people and the different cultures and different religions to hopefully show everyone it's one Sri Lanka and everybody's peaceful.
What's the one saying that all kind of religious people and they are peacefully in this island, small island. So now we are going to the temple as well, visiting the temple.
The most surprising thing is he has a new Galaxy Fold. I haven't seen anybody have this. He's the first. All right, so we just walked about 10 minutes and here is a Hindu temple on the very same island, and actually looked after, like, the community is really united. We saw some of the Hindu sculptures on that side. The head monk that we met is watching over kind of the whole island and make sure people have jobs and everyone is safe and united. So let's go inside this one. Hello. How are you? Hello.
Hindi makan ng Buddha na. Hindi makan, bulagot.
Okay.
Nanti na.
I don't know.
Hello.
Oh.
Ano kita?
So this is the 4th Hindu temple I've ever visited in my entire life, and they're so enchanting. Like, I don't know if I have the best luck in the world, or I just happen to always come when there's something going on, or maybe there's always something going on. There's always music, there's always people worshiping. It's a Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday morning, and I just happen to be here at the right time. and we're going to explore the rest of this beautiful island. There's so many unique people here. They're so welcoming. Very happy to be here. Thank you.